Ehome versus Alliance. Game 2.
Get him back into the game. Like, he doesn't need too much items, he needs levels, and he's going to be able to participate early with the Stifling Dagger. So I wouldn't expect PA to get much on the lane, but he might be able to still get some gold when the fight starts happening.
Sounds great, gentlemen. With that said, we'll throw it over to the main stage floor right now where we have Draskell and Rap God, OD Pixel. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much indeed, Dakota. Game 2, Ehome versus Alliance, as we're ready to get ourselves pretty much back into the action. I'm OD Pixel, I'm joined by Draskell. We've just seen the drafts. Andy, I've got to be honest, it looks pretty terrifying for Alliance. You're going up against Ehome, who've got the Sand King, the Mirana, the Shadow Demon again, and then there's this certain hero that kind of makes this combo even better, and it's an Elder Titan.
Yeah, it's for me going to be a rough game for Alliance. I think that Ehome have all the tools that they need to be able to take down like heroes like PA. If you look at the way that MVP like to play it, they often pick it when there's not a lot of hard disable and there's not a lot of magical burst damage. But in this game on the side of Ehome, they kind of have both. So the Starstorm from the Mirana, obviously Arrow, Epicenter, Burrow Strike, you know, even Sven Stun. There's a tremendous amount of lockdown and no save. So in order to play PA in this game effectively, you have to be very careful about how you choose fights. And not only that, but as the panel mentioned, it's going to be very difficult for Loda to find an easy lane to be in. Against any melee, Sand King's going to be great. He's going to get Caustic Finale skilled. You know, if they want to try to go aggro to dodge the lane of the Sand King and just try to pressure the Sven directly, they can also choose that path. It looks like with where everyone is right now, it's maybe likely that Alliance decide to do that. But in the grand scheme of things, the pick can still work. And they're not really going to be able to kill the PA if she gets like a decent item progression and BKB comes out at a decent timing. It's just, can Alliance get that early game? Can they get the advantage they want?
Absolutely. I mean, as you said, if Ehome do get ahead of Loda before he gets the BKB, I mean, you look at Alliance's draft in terms of saves for a core, there's not a lot. I guess obviously Savage Roar from the Lone Druid can help them out in some of the fights, you know, getting Ehome away from Loda. But indeed, this is going to be quite a test for Alliance. We saw that they did have some strengths at the beginning of Game 1, but they're certainly going to need to step it up here in Game 2. I mean, overall, talking about Alliance's draft, do you like the way that they changed it up, coming in with something pretty different to what they did in Game 1?
I mean, I don't really think that their plan was the problem. I think that they just needed to push a little bit earlier and maybe itemize differently on the Bristleback. But outside of that, I thought it was an okay draft, if not a good draft. But this one is a little bit, I think, harder to run personally against what Ehome have. But it's not to say that it can't work. They just need to make sure that the laning phase goes swimmingly. And the way that they've kind of put them together right now, doing the dual lane mid, I like this. It means that Old Chicken is going to not really have the greatest of times, but he did kind of anticipate that he was going to be laning against the PA because he started with the magic stick. So even if there's daggers being thrown out for harass, he should be okay. I don't really see him dying.
But overall, in terms of lane matchups, like again, when you like the way that Alliance have managed to find the lane combinations, or are Ehome a little stronger this time?
They should be fine, honestly, in both of these lanes. If everything remains static, I think mid and top will both be okay. But yeah, I don't really see Ehome being able to, you can kill the PA in that way. But yeah, I think given the state of the game and having that extra Warcry armor as well against stuff like PA and Lone Druid is going to be great.
Gem in trouble, 3 heading down. Fenrir Lanham ready to back up, hold 11. Gem. Yoga maybe tanky, not quite tanky enough to live through the damage that Ehome are doing already with this combination of heroes. And this is something that we can expect to see happening again and again as Ehome make these rotations, ready to use the fantastic synergy that their hero picks have to bring down Alliance's heroes.
They just have so many disables. It's like if you get hit by one thing, you're going to get arrowed, you're going to get stomped. There's even a Sven stun potentially when Ice sides start coming to fights. It's just Ehome always build their lineups to be able to fight at any stage. Because that way, you know, if a lineup has a specific power spike timing that you need to worry about, Ehome just fight you before that point, or they fight you after they have their 4 items. Just a very flexible type of draft that can do a lot of different things.
And Old Chicken with an Invis. Doesn't look like he'll be able to do anything, but just like, had a bit of harassment onto Loda. Immediately reacting, forcing Old Chicken to jump back. And at the same time, Alliance. S4 and Ake ready to make a move up top. Ice is alone. See how far he comes out at the moment, staying right by the tier 1.
Radiant's bottom tower.
He's kept the lane equilibrium very nicely by the tower, so see how far out he comes with this next wave. Could come out to bite him back pretty hard. S4 getting in position with the Firefly, and they'll start to close the gap. That the lasso can't get it off in time. Ice, Storm out to hold him back, and Fenrir. Presence is made known. As with a disruption, holds back S4. And Ehome making it very hard for Alliance to get the kills that they need.
And Blink Dagger now done on the Sand King as well in the meantime, while they were fighting that top little engagement. So you compare the 15-minute Blink Dagger of game 1 that Old 11 had versus a 9-minute Blink Dagger, I'm assuming he'll have a lot more impact, and we can see it here.
GM again caught out alone. Old Chicken, Old 11. An easy kill for the boys on Ehome. And they may not be done quite yet. Old 11, of course, with that blink, making the move towards the mid lane. Alliance, gotta be careful. There's an epicenter at the ready as well. Okay, hiding in the tree lines, waiting for some kind of counter. Tries to jump on Old 11. S4 is there as well with the lasso, and that's a big catch. Old 11 will be taken down. Alliance making sure that they don't let Ehome get the better of them once again.
Yeah, not letting the Sand King get anything off there, and obviously not being able to make use of the epicenter with the fresh Blink Dagger is going to be great for Alliance. But, I mean, during this time, the Ice on the Sven is going to start to get to a point where his farm rate's going to just accelerate more and more. You're going to have to worry about that during the mid game, because Admiral Bulldog still kind of wants Radiance before he fights. But this Sven's just going to be hitting creeps the entire time. They got the Ancient stack going as well. I think Alliance are kind of under pressure here to make something happen.
In the mid lane, see where they try something, but at the same time, Ehome. But Old Chicken, Old Man, Ice ready. At the same time, top lane Fenrir. He's going to look to set this up. Old 11. This man is just a little bit too damn good on the Sand King. 4.7k net worth, top of the board, making the plays happen. We knew it was going to get painful when we saw Alliance letting him get his hands on it again. And so far, that certainly seems to be the case. Constantly finding the perfect chances and opportunities to jump in on Alliance.
Yeah, it's definitely been a consistent issue throughout game 1 and game 2. And he's going to continue to get even more farm. Like, he takes one of the large camp stacks. He's halfway to his 4 staff already, and it's only been like 2 minutes, so maintaining around 500 plus GPM. Getting a really important kill on Bulldog after the Midas was done, and Bulldog doesn't even have a bear for another 50 seconds. Like, that's painful to be a lone druid in this situation, especially considering the bear is the thing that's carrying his Midas.
I mean, looking to Loda on the PA, definitely the one player at the moment on Alliance that has the most space in the laning stage, and he's got a decent amount of farm. It's going to be interesting to see what he does build up. Does he need to go for the straight BKB, or do you expect there's still a chance Loda may go for something else first?
What we've been seeing a lot is the Deso Rush and then into BKB, just so you get that bonus damage, and you have to pick your fights very carefully.
Ehome jumping in, taking the invis in front of him as they murder him.
Oh, God.
Picks like this, it's why Ehome are seen to be this absolute beast of a team, this TI.
I'm actually surprised they didn't go for that. Maybe because of lasso.
Absolutely, and straight into the Scarf Mage. Nice pick from Alliance. Actually going to be the ones this time to outwit Ehome. Exactly what Alliance need. Making sure that Ehome waste their time and Alliance make the most of their own. And also Bulldog able to get the deny on the tower, so...
It really is about the lone druid, but Bulldog's sitting on 3,000 gold, so he's getting closer and closer to that relic. Once the Radiance is out, I would really like to see Alliance try to group up and do something. Loda is also going for the Rush Deso build that we saw QO doing on the side of MVP when they were playing the Phantom Assassin. And it's a really strong build because if you get a lucky crit or you dagger and then you go in and you get a crit on an auto or something like that, you can blow somebody up pretty fast. It's a solid build, but it also relies very heavily on being able to get kills after the Deso is done, so that way you can quickly get your BKB.
Mid lane, actually Alliance looking to jump in onto Old Animate again. AK and S4, the combo working out. Get themselves another pick.
Alliance really haven't been able to make much of their picks do anything though, because Bulldog's playing a very safe farming game, and he's the one hero that you're looking at to say, okay, let's hit some buildings, but he hasn't really been doing that, just trying to get to the Radiance as fast as he can.
You can see the 3 members of Ehome, they're really trying to find something at the setup. Onto Loda, epicenter as well. They need a follow through stun potentially. Loda jumps across and away, but Fenrir is there with the demonic purge. Ice, turning up as well. Takes down Loda. S4 in trouble. Flame breaks Ice away from him, trying to hide in the trees. S4 gets the blink off. S4 is pulling Ehome away from the objective. And he actually finished off the kill. Ehome, they're chasing him. They're going to have vision on him now. Old 11 gets the burrow strike off. They will clean up the bat. Ehome is finding so much at this point. Coming out on top and consistently pulling off the plays. Up top, on Lanham. He's just going to drop the ult. The CP's coming through as well. If they can kill Bulldog, the Ehome! Absolutely perfect. And that was before he'd spent his relic gold. He's still got enough for the relic, but he lost a clean 400 off the back of that Bulldog.
That was a nasty combination right there. Stomp into Earth Splitter arrow.
Oh, Fenrir may have been left alone. There's not going to be a lot of save for him. You do see TI6 coming across. Maybe he can look for the counterplay. TI6, does he want to jump in now? He realizes Fenrir is gone. He's going to back up. He's not going to try and help him out there.
Yeah, he's not going for the blink build either, which I think is a little bit interesting. We'll get a chance to watch
Look at
that
this
top
combo
again. Yeah, fights, he's just going to explode. Like I think BKB is mandatory at this point if you want to fight.
Weppy coming in. Old 11 looking to jump in mid. He's caught out Bulldog, but Bulldog safe for the time being. And again, Ehome using their tools, but not finding the initial pickoff. Going to stick around for the long haul, looking for EGM with the Demonic Purge, jumping and EGM's down, but at the same time, they've lost the Sand King. And another trade that Alliance are going to be very happy with. And Ehome just not hitting the exact combos that they need to in these fights. So they didn't get anything more though, still sticking around, jumping forward. Bulldog could be one to fall as well, but the Savage Roar pushes them back. Fenrir looking to hold him in place with his strike, but eyes, the ult from AK rips him to bits! Alliance chasing down for more. The stomp from Old Lanham is there. They're looking for the turn, jumping the ult, they've lost load of the Starstorm, bursting them down quickly. Ehome gathering control of this fight. Fenrir may just tick down, and he will. But Alliance, they are bringing down members of Ehome with them.
Especially considering the fact that they're the ones who maintain the map control.
They catch on 11, and indeed, as soon as Lasso comes off cooldown, S4 immediately jumping in. Multi-cup just outside the ult actually says, I'll walk back into that for you. And Old 11 caught out by Alliance. Immediate pings on the ward as Ehome won't fall for that trap again. But Alliance composing themselves very nicely with their back pushed against the wall as Ehome had started to do so with their team fight and just combos that they were hitting.
Well, he was kind of on his own on Alliance's side of the map. You kind of have to expect at some point that if you just get forced back and the rest of your team is still respawning, you're not really going to have any backup.
Alliance now is 4 men. Good to take the tier 1 from top. Ehome coming around towards the bottom. Just S4 defending at the moment. Bulldog takes the tower, and already we can see, with the Midas, with the Radiance, Bulldog starting to get into position in terms of net worth, into the position that he needs to be. Nearly on the same level as TI6, and at this progression, he's soon to be above it.
And we talked about the importance of the Radiance timing against Ehome's lineup and Epicenter here.
11, jumping on EGM. TP's coming through from Ehome. Alliance, they're still around here. Looks like they may just sack EGM. Let him go, but EGM, he's going to make this hard for Ehome. Moonlight popped as well. Oh, he's going for the TP. Is he going to make it? It was a sweet attempt from EGM. So, Ehome, of course, not going to let that happen. But the rest of Alliance get themselves away.
This would be like one of the best times to fight Ehome. Assuming they don't get caught first.
Ehome, yeah, if Alliance lose one member at the start, it could be pretty painful, especially if it's S4, but he gets the BKB offloader, jumping it onto our left with a defensive disruption from Fenrir. Loader can't finish off the kill, now looks towards Fenrir himself, but the Elder Time, catching him out, slowing him down. Loader can't finish off the kill. Ehome surrounded, take him down. Loader's out. And Alliance, they may just lose more. AK dropping the Mystic Flare, but it's not going to get the kill. Old Chicken with a double kill. Side's pulling very low, but Bulldog's down. Ehome with a third, and maybe more as Old 11 shifting forward to S4. EGM's caught out of the tree line. Ehome find a fourth, and S4 the only one to get out by the looks of it, but he may not even do that as Old 11 still has a burrow strike. It looks like he's going to blink back. But not the fight that Alliance were looking for, and in fact, they may just lose S4. Old Chicken jumping across. Now he's going to come through, but of course, not going to reach S4 as he will TP back to base. But what a painful engagement for Alliance, where Ehome played it perfectly, and Fenrir just kiting Loader up so much that the PA just couldn't get the kill under the duration of that BKB.
Yeah, we'll get to see the opening here. Fortunately for S4, he's able to pop the BKB before the arrow hits. But there's one thing that goes really well for Alliance is they pull the Sven out of the fight. Like S4 blinks back in, but this whole time, like Loda's trying to just catch anybody that he can. But the problem is he's getting kited around the trees way too much, and he's walking away from the vision. So by the time it's BKBs, like it wore off, but there was no way that they could see the rest of the.
And they
heroes
nearly
inside
kill
of him
Ice
like
Ice
that.
Ice.
Yeah, they almost kill him, but the reality is he was trying to fight when he had no vision there. So.
But Fenris plays indeed game 2 with these disruptions each and every time there to save a member of the team.
It's a really bad sign when you have two 10-second BKBs against the kind of lineup that Ehome are running, and then you still lose the.
Moving over with the pings, but Ehome getting a position on the high ground, ready to fight, and oh, this could be painful for Alliance. Jumping in on oh, they're already there. 2 gone immediately on Alliance, and it may even be more again. Loda just goes for the BKB TPL. He's going to make it. Ake, on the other hand, certainly isn't. Ehome finding everything, and even more. Bulldog caught out, brought down. This game proving to be even more brutal for Alliance than game 1, Andy.
Man, they are just relentless, Ehome. Like these Sand King initiations. All right, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. That's 5 down.
Oh man. As people have said, Ehome looking to be just playing like championship winners. And this series has been no exception. Alliance knew that they were going to have a tough one coming into this matchup. Did they know it was going to be as tough as this? Probably, after seeing Ehome's performance at the group stage. But here we have game 2, Ehome looking to do serious amounts of damage to Alliance's base. Mid's been cleaned up, they're looking towards the bottom. Maybe Alliance can have one more final stance, and indeed they'll attempt it. S4 jumps in onto Ice, bringing him back, but already they're falling so low. Ake's gone, S4. He's trying to get himself back as well under the cover of BKB. Ehome head back to hitting the tower. Give a bit of mercy as they back up now. Alliance, can they punish this at all? CGM trying to get some sort of latch out. S4 does not have the lasso for this defense. But Ehome, they're happy with the damage done. They back out. Old Chicken just jumps back in, and oh, 11% are going in immediately onto Bulldog. He's dead already. 60 seconds out, just like that. Ehome.
That was such a crisp movement. They like killed Roshan and just immediately cut towards middle lane because they know that it's pushed in and that somebody is going to have to address it. Just Ehome playing super well right now.
Oh, and they got us straight in. Ake's disappeared off the face of the earth. S4 trying to bring back a purple ball or 2. Ice again being saved by Fenrir. I mean, disruption or not, he wasn't dying there for sure. 3 dead on Alliance. Loda pops the BKB, but he doesn't quite know what he can do with it here, as he's just got to get himself back to the fountain. Alliance 30 seconds before they have the final. Oh, no, going into the fountain here. The ult. Oh, Loda. Oh, he's still probably going to die. Oh, Chick, did he find him? No. He managed to blink back. S4. You can punish Old Chick's positioning there. Alliance, again, still holding on to the game, but I mean, even if you can call it that, as Ehome just playing around with them now.
I just want to say, I don't think I've seen many games where Sven buys Bloodthorn. But
Bloodthorn Sven?
I mean, if you're in this position and you're against a PA, it's not bad. Also the Radiance burn as well. Helps the rest of your team just be able to hit the hero. And I guess considering the BKB is down to about 7 seconds now, it's probably not going to matter what he makes, honestly, just because they have such an advantage at this stage. It would take Ehome, like, going into the base, into the well, I think, for Alliance to win a team fight. Like, that's just how far behind they are right now. They need to, like, lasso somebody and pull them so far away from the rest of Ehome that they can isolate it and just kill it before the rest of them can follow it up.
It feels like at this point, all it takes for Ehome is to just click the base, and the game can be won. Jumping in again, the real load. Oh, there goes Jakari. S4 gets the lasso off, but it doesn't matter. Just dragging Ehome closer to Ake. Ake's down. Going in for even more. Old 11, no chill whatsoever. GG. In what has to be an immensely painful game for Alliance. Ehome, another day in the office for them. Insane play, immaculate play. They just were not messing up today, Ehome. Everything was perfect.
Alliance gave him the heroes they wanted 2 games in a row, I feel. Like, sure, it's hard to ban against Ehome because they pick a lot of stuff, but the Sand King and the Mirana especially, like, those heroes have been seen throughout the group stage, and Old Chicken and Old 11 both. I mean, they played phenomenally throughout the series, and Fenrir's saves, positioning on the map was great. Alliance, I felt like they were just getting outmaneuvered a lot. The mobility of Ehome's lineup, I think, caught them off guard, and they were just getting active a lot earlier in the game than Alliance were.
Absolutely, yeah. And the draft itself as well was insane from Ehome, getting that combination of heroes that proved to be so strong. And as we've seen, Ehome just so comfortable with pulling off those combo plays. Ehome taking it 2-0, moving on for the upper bracket. But of course, this isn't the last of Alliance we're going to be seeing. We'll see them down in the lower. And of course, coming straight up to the upper bracket at the start, they'll be in this best of 3 stages. And Alliance are a team that can pull out some surprises in the lower bracket when forced to it.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, I actually felt like Alliance didn't necessarily get out-drafted in this tournament, or in this series, excuse me. I just think that it's more that Ehome having the comfort zone picks and just being the powerhouse team that they are just kind of outplayed them. So more than anything, I think Alliance can look forward and say, look, we have a good idea of what we want to do. We just need to make sure that we are executing.
Absolutely, and well, with that as well, I think we'll be able to head over to the draft analyst to see what you guys have had to say. Obviously, you had your opinions at the start. You're pretty bang on, but Ehome,